10 years. Think about that. A full decade. That's how long we've been living in the world of Hawkins, Indiana. I mean, it went from this surprise hit that nobody saw coming to a show that basically defined an entire era of streaming. Stranger Things has just been a massive, massive part of pop culture.
But here's the thing. After a journey that long, with that much hype, and let's be honest, that much love from all of us, how do you actually end it? How do you stick the landing? That was the huge challenge the Duffer Brothers were up against. So let's break down how they tried to do it.
Okay, so before we even get into the finale itself, we have to talk about the sheer weight of expectation that was built up over all those years. It was intense.
I mean, just think about it. Back in 2016, this show came out of absolutely nowhere, and it just exploded. It became this nostalgia-fueled, monster-filled obsession for everybody. For 10 years, it launched careers, it brought Kate Bush back to the top of the charts, and it made the Upside Down a household name. And it all led to this, the final chapter.
You know, the pressure the creators were under was just immense. And they knew it. They were super aware of it. They talked about how you can have 8 hours of incredible television, but if you mess up the last 5 minutes, well, that's all anyone's going to remember. They really felt they had to get those final moments just right.
So, with all that pressure cooking, what did they actually deliver? Let's dive into the final battle itself and see how the big plan to save Hawkins and, the world actually went down.
The finale just throws you right into the action. There is no time to waste. The worlds are literally merging, Vecna's master plan is happening, and it is go time.
So their strategy was this classic multi-pronged attack. You've got the psychic assault team, that's Eleven, her sister Kali, and Max, going right after Vecna in his own mind. At the exact same time, you've got Hopper and Murray on hardware duty, rigging a bomb to hopefully wipe the Upside Down off the map for good. And then, our other heroes are mounting this desperate rescue mission deep inside the abyss.
In the climax, wow. It is so emotional. As the bomb is triggered, Eleven is just gone. Then she reappears at the gate, and she makes the choice to stay behind, to make sure the Upside Down is destroyed forever. That goodbye she shares with Mike is just heartbreaking. But is that really the end for Elle? The show leaves us hanging on that one single massive question.
And this is where things get really interesting, maybe a little controversial. The creators give us what's called an ambiguous ending. It's a classic storytelling tool, right? It's designed to make us, the audience, part of the story, to force us to decide what we believe. In the epilogue, Mike gives us this hopeful theory, that Callie helped Elle create one last illusion so she could escape. But it's just a theory. The show pretty much hands the final decision over to us.
So after that incredibly intense climax, the show jumps forward 18 months to give us a peek into the future, to see where everybody landed after the dust settled.
And honestly, we get some really fantastic closure for these characters we've grown to love. Steve Harrington becomes a high school coach and, in a perfect twist, the sex ed teacher, of course. Nancy gets a job at a newspaper while Jonathan heads off to NYU Film School. Hopper and Joyce, after everything, are finally engaged and planning to move to Montauk. As for the original party, Dustin graduates as valedictorian. Lucas and Max officially retire from battle. Will finally finds happiness and acceptance in a new city. And Mike, he becomes a novelist, the one who gets to tell all of their incredible stories.
But here's the thing. Giving the characters closure did not mean everyone was happy. Not at all. The finale became one of the most polarizing TV events in a long, long time.
So on one side, you have fans who thought it was a beautiful conclusion. This user saw it like the end of a long D&D campaign. An unforgettable story where the characters you love finally get their happy endings.
And then you have the other side, a complete 180. This viewer felt the finale was a disservice to the fans, basically saying the writers just didn't have a good plan to wrap it all up, calling the writing an absolute shame.
So let's just break it down side by side. The praise really zeroes in on that beautiful emotional closure, this feeling that it was a perfect episode that stuck the landing and gave everyone a happy ending. But the criticism? It's all about what some called unsatisfying, awkward writing, an underwhelming final battle, and this feeling that the Mind Flayer was beaten way too easily. And for a lot of people, leaving Eleven's ending ambiguous just felt unfair. So what's the big takeaway here? Well, the finale was a legitimate cultural event. I mean, so many people tried to watch it the second it dropped that it literally jammed Netflix's servers. It brought this decade-long saga to a close that was deeply emotional for everyone, whether you loved it or you hated it. Which kind of leaves us with one last thought to chew on. After a 10-year investment from millions and millions of fans, all with their own theories and hopes, is it even possible for an ending to satisfy everyone?
Or is this kind of division just the price you pay for ending a true phenomenon? Definitely something to think about.